So we're starting on the back, soles of feet together, knee up to the side, supporting the knees with either yoga blocks if you have them handy, or perhaps you're going to use throw pillows, which might feel nicer, especially if you're using court blocks. Court blocks are not always as forgiving for this sort of thing. I want you to take one hand to the belly and one hand to your chest. I'm just going to do a little bit of a deep abdominal breath here just to get you centered and ready for your practice. So close your eyes if they're not already closed. You're going to take a big breath in from the belly, into the ribs, all the way up to the hand that's resting on your chest. Hold the breath and then exhale fully through your nose. Take an inhale. Breathe in from the belly. All the way up to the chest. And exhale fully. Do that a few more times. And I want you to try to make your exhales longer than your inhales. So big breath in. Hold it and exhale. Just trying to bring your body into a more calm and relaxed and receptive state, as well as the mind. I would imagine we're all experiencing so much anxiety, so much overstimulation, worry, because for the first time, I mean, the future is always somewhat uncertain, but for now, it's even more uncertain than before. So it can cause a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress on the body. So when you can turn your attention inward and focus on your breath and deeply breathe in and out through the nose and slow your breath down, it can really help you to relax and to move your body from that fight, fawn, or free space into a more relaxed and receptive state of mind and being. This is where we want to spend more of our time so the body is not overly stressed. So the next time you start to feel anxious or worried or overwhelmed, just taking a few moments and coming back to a nice deep inhale and exhale can really go a long way to helping you settle down. And as we go through our practice today, sometimes emotions can pop up, or maybe a pose might trigger you. Just remember to come back to your breath. You can take your hands away from the belly and from the chest and place them alongside your body with your palms facing up. Take a few more rounds of this deep breathing from the belly to the chest, and then exhaling fully, and then come back to your regular breathing pattern. I'm going to go ahead and move your blocks from underneath your knees, and then just bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. And if you're taking care of your knees and you know that bending them deeply is not comfortable for you, go ahead and grab the back of the thighs and then hug the knees into the chest that way. Take a gentle rock from side to side. And then come to stillness. Take the left leg along the mat. Press the back of the heel and the back of the thigh into the mat. Take your left hand and place it on the top of the thigh and push the thigh down. Really anchor your left leg to the floor. Clasp the hands to the back of the right thigh, pulling the thigh in. It may even touch the belly. Let it touch the belly. And now move your right hip away from the rib cage just a little bit. And now slowly start to extend your right foot all the way up towards the ceiling. Straighten your right leg as much as you can here. If you have to have a big bend in the knee, that's okay. I just want you to feel the stretch along the back of your hamstring, the back of the leg. But if you can keep the leg straight, go ahead and do that. But make sure you're not letting your shoulder blades lift off of the mat, but you're keeping the shoulders and the neck relaxed so there's no tension. And keep breathing deeply and fully. Go ahead and bend your right knee. Take the left hand and plant it on the mat. You're going to move the right knee over to the right. So you're stretching the inner thigh out. So bend the elbow, use the elbow as a prop or as a kickstand to hold the right leg up. Make sure the left hip stays down or you're not rolling onto the right side of the body, okay? If you're comfortable here and you're feeling pretty flexible already, you can go ahead and straighten the right leg out so you get a deeper inner thigh stretch. Okay, you don't have to do this, especially if your left hip is going to lift off, you're going to roll right onto the right. No point. Shorten the lever, bend the knee. Take a huge inhale. As you exhale, slowly bring the right leg back up to center and now lower it all the way down to the mat. Nice and controlled. When you feel the heel touch, relax both legs. So now we're going to use our right leg as our anchor. You may notice your right leg feels significantly longer than your left. That's because we just stretched it all the way out. So now we're going to even that out by doing the same thing to the left leg. So flexing the right ankle, pressing, take the right hand, press that thigh down, keep it locked down. And now bring the left knee into the chest, clasping your hands around the back of the left thigh, pulling that knee way in without rounding the spine and pressing the lower back into the mat. You want to keep your lower back off. And that flat part of the spine, the sacrum, you want that, which is at the bottom of the lower back. You want to keep that on your mat. So your lower back arch is present. So you'll see or feel a little bit of space, however slight, between your back and the mat. Slowly extend through your left knee, pushing your left heel and the ball of the foot up to the ceiling. Breathing deeply and fully here, stretching out the back of your leg. Now go ahead, bend the left knee, start there. Left elbow comes down, right arm moves away from you. Press the palm in to stop you from flailing over to the left. And move the left knee out to the left to stretch your inner thigh. Now I'm pretty close up against my wall, so if space is not an issue for you, go ahead and straighten the left leg out, only if you can prevent the right hip from lifting up off of the mat, or the right butt cheek. You want to keep it down against the opening up of the inner left thigh, because you want to get that stretch. Hold it. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, bring the left knee back into the chest. Bring the right to join you. Hug them both in again, choosing either the shin or the back of the thighs. Good. Release your feet to the floor. And you're going to either roll up to seated or come onto the side and press yourself up and make your way onto your hands and knees. Once you're on your hands and knees, you're going to go ahead and start to move through your cat-cow. Fingers spread wide, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You can tuck the toes under or untuck them, your choice. Take your inhale, lift to sitting bones, and exhale. So when you come into cat pose, look at your knees and notice whether the legs are together. The knees aren't underneath your hips, they may be just more in line with them. So you might need to separate them so that they're stacked. That way the weight can be more equally distributed. Take an inhale, lift the sitting bones, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Take another big breath in, lift up. And exhale, round. Take another inhale, lift up. And exhale, round. Good. Come back to a nice long spine. And now you're going to kickstand the feet around. Bring them out in front of you. And bring them into a bit of a straddle. Doesn't have to be too wide, maybe just a little bit wider than your mat, keeping the toes and the knees pointing up. So making sure you're grounded down through the sitting bones. You're going to take a big breath in, reach both arms up, and as you exhale, hinge at your hips and come forward any amount. Breathe deeply in and out through the nose, breathing into the back and sides of the rib cage, and exhale, pull the navel in. Keep your toes and knees pointing up so you feel that stretch between the thighs. Or on the inner thighs. One more inhale and exhale. Good, and slowly come back up. Good. Bring the soles of the feet together and take another easy little forward fold here. Grab a hold of the ankles. Big breath in, lift the heart up, and exhale, hinge forward any amount. Focusing on trying to keep your spine long as possible and your shoulders away from the ears. And take a big inhale, slowly lift up, and exhale, let it go. Good, come back onto the hands and knees. And this time, walk the knees back so they're a little bit further back than being stacked underneath the hips, and walk your hands a little bit further forward. Once you've got that, root down into the bridge of the hand, the fingertips. I want you to squeeze the belly, squeeze the glutes, take a big breath in, and exhale, lift up and back into downward facing dog. I want you to bend the knees a little bit more here. Pull the ribs in, and you're going to lift the sitting bones up towards the sky, and then push your heels down towards the mat. Even if the heels don't touch, just push them down as much as you can. Keep the ribs drawing in, so you feel as though someone is pulling you from the hips down into the mat, and they're holding onto the wrists and pressing the palms down. So you've got this nice, long, expansive downward dog here, feeling a stretch along the back of the body and certainly down the back of your legs. Keep holding it, keep breathing, keep pulling the ribs in so you're not letting the lower back, your ribs flare. You want to prevent that, and watch for the shoulders. Make sure they're not close to your ears. If your shoulders are touching your earlobes, draw them away from the earlobes. Take one more big breath in. Exhale. Inhale, come up high into the balls of your feet. Bend the knees, lift your gaze to your thumbs, and exhale, jump or step to the top of your mat. When you get to the top of your mat, take an inhale and slowly start to come all the way up to stand. Sweeping the arms around and up if that's available to you. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Take a look down at your feet and make sure you're at Tadasana. So you want the at hips distance. You want the feet pointing straight forward, creating 2 number 11s. Take a big breath in and reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge at your hips and come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift or monkey, and exhale to fold. Keep the air out, step your right foot to the back of the mat, rest the knees down, and then take a big breath in, sweep the arms up. And exhale, plant your palms and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale into plank, you can modify it and rest the knees down or keep the knees off. And exhale, lower into the chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart center through for your cobra, reach the toes away from you. Or exhale, and then exhale into downward facing dog. Right foot moves to the right hand at the top of your mat, helping it forward if you need to. You can rest the left knee down and go ahead and sweep the arms up. Fingertips reach for the floor, step your left foot forward. Come into your forward fold. Inhale, reverse one leg all the way up to stand. Exhale, let's sit back into chair. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Left foot steps back, rest the left knee down or not, up to you, it's up to you to modify. Arms up. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, take up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, rest the right knee or not, up to you. And then come on up into your lunge. Fingertips to the floor, step your right foot forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, chair. One more round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back, kneeling lunge or full. Downward facing dog. Plank, kneeling or full. Chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Sweep your right leg up for 3-legged dog. Step the right foot forward. Keep your left hand down, drop your hips. Reach your right arm up for a twist. Bring the right hand down to the mat and step your left foot forward. Come into your forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, chair. Last thing on the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back, lunge. Upper body, arms lift. Plant the palms. Step the right foot back, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Left foot, left hand. Right hand stays planted. Left arm lifts up for your twist. Left hand to the floor. Right foot steps forward. Come into the forward fold, lifting the sitting bones up. Bending the knees, reverse swan dive up. Hands at the heart, sit back, chair. Inhale, stand up nice and tall. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment here. If you need a break, take a sip of water. And then we can move on. Whew. All right, ready to continue, rock and roll. Off we go. So take a big breath in, sweep your arms around and up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, come into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Bend your knees, plant your palms and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up for three-legged dog. Bend the right knee and exhale, open up the hip. So you're rolling the right hip onto the left, but you're keeping the left armpit full and the right armpit heavy so you're not twisting through the upper body. Take another inhale, lift the right inner thigh up more, and then exhale, step the right foot to the top of your mat by your right hand. Take an inhale, hold the lunge, pull the heart center forward, draw the right hip back. Take another big breath in. See if you can grow along in the spine, reaching the heart forward even more, and really pushing through the ball and heel of the left foot. Now inhale, slowly start to lift all the way up into a high lunge, and exhale, hold it here. On your next in-breath, step the left foot in, drop the heel so your toes are pointing slightly outward. So for warrior one, so you want the hips pointing straight forward. So if you can see my left foot, you'll notice my toes are pointing slightly out on the diagonal. Okay, so that allows you to draw the right hip back and roll the left hip forward. So the hips and pelvis are square. Once you've got your lunge, push down strongly into both feet, squeezing the legs, and then reach your arms up. So it should be powerful warrior one. That's what you want. Okay, so hold it here, squeeze everything. Squeeze the butt, abs, everything. Take an inhale, straighten out the right knee. As you exhale, I want you to draw the hips back and move the arms and the heart forward, coming into a pyramid. But don't go all the way down yet. Keep drawing your right hip back. Take another big breath in, exhale, release your fingertips to the floor. So inevitably what happens here is the right hip wants to come out to the right, but you want to draw it back. So think of scissoring the legs closed, so you pull the right hip back. So just so you see that action, this is what likes to happen. You're going to pull the right hip back. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, fold. If this is too much of a hamstring stretch, bend the right knee a little bit to take some of the pressure off. One more inhale, and exhale here. Inhale, lift the upper body up, bend the right knee more. Turn your left toes to face all the way forward. Exhale if you haven't exhaled already. Now walk the hands way to the front of the mat and come up onto your fingertips. Transfer the weight into the right leg, float the left, so you're in a supported warrior three. Keep the left hand down. Take an inhale and bring the right arm to the right hip. Take another inhale and exhale, draw the right shoulder blade back as you turn your torso to the right for revolved half moon. If you want to keep your right hand to the right hip, go ahead. If not, extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. Take another big breath in. Exhale, keep holding your twist. One more inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand down to the floor. So you're facing the floor again. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, standing split. Forehead to shin, bring the left leg up. Keep the left thigh rolling in, right hip moving back. Take another big breath in. Exhale, bend the right knee, rest the left toes way to the back of the mat. So your arms will be way out in front of you. Walk the hands back, plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. That was a mouthful, I know. Let's go for the second side. Left leg lifts. Bend your left knee and stack the left hip on the right. Left armpit heavy, right armpit full and lifting. Come up even higher on the right ball of the foot and lift the left inner thigh up even higher. Really stack it on the right, and I'll step the left foot to the left hand. Once you get your left foot in place, draw your left hip back. Inhale, roll the heart forward. Exhale, pause. So you're rolling the left hip back, lifting the right inner thigh up, and you're sucking your belly way in so your navel literally touches your spine. Please make your navel touch your spine for me. Go for it. Give it your best shot. Take another inhale, lengthen even more if you can, and exhale, hold it. Now keeping that extension in the spine, that nice long spine. Inhale and keep lifting all the way up into your high lunge. And exhale, pause here. Okay, so if this has happened, notice how my left hip is way forward from my right. Draw the left hip back. Roll the right hip forward. Inhale, exhale, step the right foot in, drop the heel for your warrior one. Arms are reaching up. Scissor the legs, close, ribs in. Inhale, straighten out the left knee. Exhale, hinge at the hips, reach forward. Come to that parallel, upper body's parallel to the floor. Take another inhale here. Exhale, release the fingertips to the floor. Fold. Inhale, lift up, bend the left knee more, pick up the right heel. Exhale, pause. Walk the hands way forward to the front of the mat. Transfer your weight into the left leg, float the right. So the right thigh is turning inward and you're drawing your left hip back, supported warrior three. Take the left hand to the left hip crease. Take an inhale, nice long spine. As you exhale, roll the left shoulder blade back and open up the chest to the left. Keep the left hand to the left hip crease or extend it up towards the sky. Take another big breath in. Exhale, see if you can extend and rotate just a little bit more. One more big breath in. Exhale, release the left fingertips to the floor. Look straight down at your mat. Take another big breath in, long spine. Lift the right leg up. Exhale, pull the belly in, fold. Right leg lifts up even higher. Really squeeze the right butt cheek. Get the leg up a little bit higher. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Bend the left knee, rest the right toes. Woo. Walk the hands back. Step back into your downward facing dog. Your choice to take the vinyasa or to rest. You want to flow. Roll your body forward into a plank. Lower into your chaturanga. Take up dog or cobra. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Hold it here, big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more huge inhale. Bigger exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot up to the top of the mat to the right hand. On your next inhale, lift your upper body up. Exhale, pause here for a moment in your high lunge. Take another inhale here. Whew. And exhale, come into warrior two. So you're pivoting on the ball of the left foot, dropping the heel down and opening up into warrior two. Just take a moment to look back at the left arm to make sure it's in line with the shoulder. And then you can look back to the front. Take a look down at the right knee. Make sure it's not falling into the midline. And if you find that it is, squeeze, draw the right hip back and guide the knee the baby toe side edge of your foot. Good. Turn the right palm to face up. Take an inhale. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Keep that deep lunge in the front leg. That doesn't change. Right arm is moving up. Right knee stays bent. Left leg stays straight. Left hand to back leg. Yep. Good. Hold it there. Now listen carefully. You're going to inhale and come back up to warrior two, but as you do, you're lifting the right toes up and straightening out the right knee. So inhale, lift up the right toe, straighten out the right knee. As you exhale, pivot on the heel of your right foot. Turn the toes to the long side of your mat to match the left foot and come into star pose or 0.5 pointed star. So from here, pick your heels up and turn them inwards so the toes are pointing slightly outward. As you take another big breath in, bend the elbows, and as you exhale, lower yourself into goddess pose. Push the knees out. I want you to draw the shoulders and the elbows back and slide them down and hold your goddess. Keep holding it. Squeeze the glutes, draw the belly and ribs in. Hold it for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale as you straighten out the knees and the arms. Lift up the toes on the left foot, turn them back to parallel. Lift up the right toes, turn it back to the front, come into warrior two. Take another in breath, exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Pick up the back heel, turn your toes to face forward, step back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Left foot to left hand. And then go ahead and come on up into your high lunge. Nice and slow. And settle into it. So that when you transition into warrior two, you don't have a major amount of adjustments to do. So you're here, take another inhale. As you exhale, pivot on the ball of the right foot. Drop the heel and open up into warrior two. Same thing as on the other side. Check the front knee trap, check the back arm, and then hold your warrior two. Come back to the breath, reconnect with your breath. Turn your left palm to face up. Big inhale here. Exhale, reverse your warrior. So left arm reaches up to the sky, right hand rests lightly on your back leg. Inhale, move into 5-pointed stars. So bring the arms back to warrior two. Lift up the left toes, pivot on the heel. Feet are parallel up first. Then bring the heels up, turn the toes out. Take an inhale this time and bring the arms up. Palms will face each other. And as you exhale, I want you to exhale with the sound ha. Make a fist and pull the elbows down by the side of the body as you sit into your goddess pose. So pull the elbows back. Inhale, extend the arms up, straighten out the knees. Exhale. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Hold it here. So you got your fist. You're drawing the elbows back. You're squeezing the glutes, sucking the belly in. Ribs are pulling into, so you feel the strong connection of your core holding you here and your legs and your glutes. Hold it. Inhale, come back up to warrior two, arms. Adjust the legs, so turn the left toes back to the front of the mat. Bend the left knee. Big breath in, exhale, cartwheel the hands down into the mat. Pick up the back heel, turning your toes forward. Step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take it into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a break. Choose to stay in your dog or come into child's pose. Big breath in, big breath out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Two more, big breath in, big breath out. Last one, inhale and exhale. Take a huge inhale, bring the right leg up, exhale, stack the right hip on the left. I want you to flex the right ankle and pull that heel to your right butt cheek. Imagine you could actually get the heel to touch your butt cheek, so really make the effort. Now see if you can open up, and I want you to pick up the right armpit when you do this time. So pick the knee up towards the ceiling and pick the right armpit up as well. And now with control, take an inhale, come up high into the ball of the left foot, and as you exhale, very carefully, bring the right knee around like you're making a circle, and I'll step it to the top of your mat. Good, settle in to the lunge. Inhale, come up. Bring the hands to the heart. Exhale, move into a twist. So hook the elbow on the top of or the outside of the right thigh. Right elbow super high up into the sky. Take a look down at the right toes. Check your knee. Make sure it's over the heel or just to the back of the heel. Lift the left inner thigh up. Draw your right hip back. Take a big breath in, fill up the back body. Exhale, start to draw the right shoulder blade back and twist to your right. Squeeze everything. Hug strongly the inner thighs into the midline. Hold it. Take an inhale, slowly lift up. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Drop the back heel. Looking good, everyone. Looking strong. On your next inhale, straighten out the right knee. Any amount here will do. Exhale, take it into triangle pose. If your block is handy, you can use your block. So you can take your hand to the block if it's nearby. Or rest your hand on your shin, or if you can reach the floor, rest the hand to the floor. But just take a look at what's happening with the left arm. Make sure that it's not way behind you, you can't even see it. You're pulling you want the right rib cage to come forward. So take your left hand and grab the outer right rib cage. And then I want you to guide that rib cage forward. And then extend the left arm up. Look up at your left thumb. Inhale, come up to 5-pointed star. And as you exhale, bend all of the fingers and bring the tips of the fingers to touch. So your feet are parallel. You can have a little bit of a bend in your knee. I want you to imagine that there is a rope or cord that's going from the big toe mound of the left foot to the inner heel of the right and vice versa. So there's this X connection happening between the legs. So push down into the feet and then draw them in towards each other. So the toes are not pointing out and the heels in. You have like a wide number 11 stance with the legs. So the elbows are bent and the fingers are bent and you're touching the tips of the thumbs and all the finger points to each other. I want you to take the arms slightly out away from you and slightly up. So they're not all the way up and they're not all the way down. They're just above halfway. Okay? Take your eyes to the thumbs. When you inhale, I want you to inflate your rib cage. So when you inhale, I want you to inhale to the front, back, and sides of the rib cage, but really focus on the back and the sides. And when you exhale, I want you to keep that shape of the rib cage and draw the navel into the spine. Then take another inhale, filling up that expanded rib cage, and exhale, draw the navel into the spine more. Take another big breath in, take the hands to the hips, and exhale, hinge at the hips and come into a fold. When you get all the way down into your fold, release your fingertips to the floor. Take the left hand to the middle of the mat so that the wrist is in line with your nose. Take the right hand to the right hip crease. Take an inhale, think of a nice long spine. As you exhale, draw the right shoulder blade back and start to twist to the right. Notice if there's any twisting through the hips and the pelvis. If you feel the left side of the body shift when you twist it to the right, draw the left hip back. So you isolate the twist of the torso. Take another inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, maybe draw the right shoulder blade back a little bit more. You can stay here with the hand to the hip crease or bring the right arm up. Big breath in. Big breath out. Fullness and exhale. Bring the right hand down. Inhale, nice long spine, and exhale, left hand to left hip. Take a big breath in here, maintain that nice long spine, and exhale, twist to the left. Draw the left shoulder blade back. Check for the shift in the hips and pelvis once again. Now, once I twisted, I felt that shift, so draw the right hip back to bring you into center. And keep the pelvis and the hips level. Take another inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, draw the left shoulder blade back a smidge more. And then inhale, exhale, come back to center. So bend the right knee, and you're going to turn and walk to the front of your mat. And you're pivoting on the feet so that you come back to a nice low lunge where both sets of toes are pointing forward. Plant the palms and step back, downward facing dog. Don't do the vinyasa. I want you to pause here, your downward dog, and just take a moment to note and remember what you felt in your body just now in that fold and in that twist. Because you're going to repeat it again on the second side. And I want you to have something to remember so you can compare it. So take a moment. Notice how the body feels. Reconnect with the breath. Go ahead and lift the left leg up, bending the left knee and pulling the heel to the butt cheek. Coming up high into the ball of the right foot and lifting the left knee up higher and lifting up the left armpit too. And then come into that half circle. So start to guide the knee out nice and wide. And then bring the leg all the way around and step the left foot to the left hand. Slowly come up. Bring your hands to your heart. Get ready to move into your twist. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're hinging and you're going to reach the elbow across and let it rest on the top of the left thigh. Place the palms together. Draw your left shoulder blade back. Suck the belly in, inhale, and exhale, move into your twist. Squeeze the inner thighs in. Hold it steady. Inhale, exhale, slowly come out of the twist, drop the back heel, open up into your warrior two. We're nearly there, ladies, I promise. Take the warrior two, hold it. Hui. Woo. Slowly transition into your triangle pose, left hand to left shin or block. So if your block is within reach, take the block, lining it up with the shoulder, resting on the block, and then you're gonna grab the left side of the ribs, draw the rib cage forward, and then reach the right arm up. Keep squeezing the inner thighs in towards each other here. On your next inhale, lift up into your 5-pointed star and bring the feet to parallel once again. Nice wide stance. Take the hands to the hips. Inhale, breathe into the rib cage. Keep your rib cage nice and full. Exhale, draw the navel into the spine. Inhale, fill up the rib cage once again. And this time, exhale, draw the navel in, come into the fold. Release your fingertips to the floor. Let the head drop. Palms to the floor if you can get them there. Or stay with the fingertips. Inhale, come up into a nice flat back. Exhale, pause. So this time we're going to twist to the left first. So take the right hand and place it in the middle so the wrist is in line with your nose. Take the left hand to the left hip crease. Take a big breath in. Keep that nice long full spine and rib cage. Exhale, draw the navel in and start to twist to your left. Left shoulder blade is drawing back. Check for the shift in the hips. Take a big breath in. Exhale, twist a little bit more if you can. If you can't, it's not a big deal. You're going as far as is comfortable for you. Take one more inhale and exhale here. Then inhale and exhale, release the left hand to the floor and go ahead and change sides. Left hand in the center, right hand to right hip. Take a big breath in, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, draw the navel in and twist. Hold it. Take an inhale, exhale, release back to center. Bend your left knee, walk the hands towards the front of the mat. Remember to move on the feet so the toes face forward. Plant the palms, step the left foot back. Let's take the vinyasa. But before you do, pause. Notice, compare one side or having done it once before, done it the second time. Did you feel like you got a deeper twist or a deeper fold? No biggie if you didn't. Roll the body forward into your plank. Lower into your chaturanga. Take up dog or cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. Roll your body forward into a plank. Rest the knees and come into child's pose. So either if child's pose is too much for your knees and you don't have pillows or something to place behind the knees to support you in your child's pose, you can come onto your back and bring your knees into your chest. But just pause here and breathe in. Big breath in from the belly all the way up to the chest. Hold it. Then exhale fully. Big breath in. And exhale. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly come up to an upright position and then bring your legs around out in front of you with your knees bent and the legs together. So with the legs together, you're sitting up onto you're on the sitting bones. You're going to take your hands, interlace your fingers and bring the hands to the back of the head. Elbows are going to be not all the way forward, but just halfway through the two extremes. And you're trying to keep, or bring the elbows into position where you can keep your rib cage connected. You're going to lean back or roll just behind the sitting bones and walk your feet in. We're only going to do 10 of these. We're going to twist. So you can either, if you're taking care of the lower back, keep the toes down and you'll twist and come back down, twist and come back down. Or bring the feet off and you're going to twist, come back, twist, whoop, and come back. Okay, we're going for 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come back to center, hold it, and release. Soles of feet together. Hold on to the ankles. Bring the heels in close to the groin. You can elevate your hips if you like. Take a big breath in, nice long spine, and exhale, hinge, maintaining that nice long spine, and come into your fold. And then inhale, lift up. And exhale, release. Okay, good. So from here, okay. Left leg straight, bend the right knee. So if you're sitting up nice and tall in the sitting bones, left leg straight, right knee bent, and there's a big space between your knee and the floor, slide the block underneath it to support it. Okay? Bring the right hand around behind you. The right hand might actually land it more in line with the left butt cheek this time. Big breath in, left arm reaches up, exhale, move through the rib cage, and move into a twist. Left hand to right knee. You can inhale, sweep the left arm up, and exhale. Go ahead and release, change sides. Supporting the knee as needed. Left hand comes around behind you. Big breath in, right arm reaches up. Exhale, go ahead and twist. Drawing the left shoulder blade back and down. Right shoulder blade is moving away from the middle of the spine. Staying seated nice and tall, shoulders stacked over hips. You can inhale, right arm lifts up, and exhale, slowly release. You can move your blocks off to the side. And go ahead and make your way onto your back. When you come down onto your back, actually, if you need to turn off any overhead lights, you can do that because we're going to eventually end in Shavasana. But when you do come onto your back, keep the knees bent. Let the knees fall into each other. Just take a few moments here before we move into our happy baby. Actually, I might not even do that. I might just go ahead and do a bridge instead, just to stretch the hip flexors out a little bit. But just take a moment here. I want you to breathe into the back part of the body. So avoiding inflating the front ribs as much as possible. So just take an inhale, feel the belly, not the belly, feel the back body fill up. Exhale. Inhale, fill up the rib cage. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Good. So bring the knees in line with the hips and the feet in line with the knees, moving into bridge pose. Once you lift your butt up, please try to avoid moving your head. So arms down, press into the palms, press down into the feet, squeeze the glutes or your butt. Take your inhale, lift. Exhale, pause here. You can keep it here, or you can start to tuck the shoulders under, walk them down, and then clasp the hands underneath you. Draw the inner thighs in towards each other, press down through the triceps and gently in the back of the head, and lift the hips up a little bit more. Toning the glutes, but not overly clenching them. Because if you do that, you're going to cause the knees to splay. Yeah. Glutes also act as abductors to help to open up, externally rotate. So you want to be mindful of not over clenching. One more inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to start to walk the shoulders back out. If you did, walk them under and then slowly lower down. Just take a nice easy twist here. So what we're going to do is windshield wiper the knees into our twist. So walk the feet as wide as your mat, move your arms out of your way. My personal favorite for this is to bring the arms above my head and place one hand into the next, or keep them separate. So you're going to take a big breath in, exhale, let the knees fall to one side. So the legs aren't stacked, they're staggered, if you will. Take an inhale, exhale, come back up to center and let the knees windshield wiper all the way over to the other side. And then turn the gaze in the opposite direction. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, release. So if you feel the need to do anything else before you head into Shavasana, feel free. I know a lot of you love to move into happy baby. So if that's what your body's saying, please, please, I need a happy baby, go right ahead and do that. Otherwise, just extend the legs, 1 foot each corner of your mat. Arms slightly away from the body with your palms up or down. Down if you want to feel more grounded. Taking yourself back to the beginning of practice. If you liked having that guidance of the placement of the hands on the belly and on the chest to help you with the breath, go right ahead and come back to that. Left hand on the belly, right hand on the heart, or the other way around, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And take a big breath in, belly, ribs, chest, hold it, and exhale. So you're going to do that for 5 rounds, and then come back to your regular breathing pattern. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and take your in-breath, fill all the way up. Coming back to your regular breathing pattern. And just enjoying the next few minutes of quiet relaxation. Once again, becoming aware of your surroundings, becoming aware of your body on your mat, moving your fingers, moving your toes, slowly inviting movement back into your body once again. You can take a big breath in and extend your arms up above your head, stretching your body out in two opposite directions. And then exhale, side out, let it all go. Go ahead and draw your knees into your chest and give yourself a great big hug and squeeze. And then go ahead and release your feet to the floor and make your way onto your side. And just pause there for a moment. And then go ahead and make your way up and come into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. I want to thank you all so much for sharing your energy with me this evening and trusting me to guide you through your practice today. Be free, be true, and always be you. Namaste.